Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to work on our cart page. A cart page is an essential part of any e-commerce website where customers can review items they have added to their shopping cart before proceeding to checkout. This page typically displays details such as product information, quantity selector, cart summary, remove or update items, and proceed to checkout button. The cart page plays a critical role in providing a seamless shopping experience and encouraging users to finalize their orders. So let's get started. You can see we have already printed the cart object on our cart page. You can add .json in the end of the URL to better look how the cart object look. You can see we have an item array here, and in the items array there are all the items that we have added in the cart. We can get all the information that we need to display on the cart page from this cart items array. And we have this item count. We can use this property also. So let's get started with the code. First of all, I need to print the title of our cart page. Let's go to our template liquid file and copy this piece of code. Copy this and paste that here. So instead of product title, we can add cart, and instead of this collection URL, we can add a link to our home page. And instead of this h4 tag, let's add anchor tag here and use href and link to our home page. Okay, let's save that and see you on the front end. Before this, let's add a background color black here, and instead of this header font color, let's add text white. Okay, let's save this, and now we can check on the front end that our cart page is starting to take shape. So first of all, let's see what we are going to create here. So we are going to have product table here. In the first column, we are going to add product title, product image, and variant title. And in the second column, there would be a quantity field, and then the product price, and we have the remove cart button also. So let's design this. Okay, let's first check a condition if cart.item count greater than 0. So if we have items in the cart, then we are going to display cart items in the table. Otherwise, we are going to display a message that your cart is empty. Okay, so let's do that first. Let's create a div and add some classes here. I'm going to add maxw7xl and mxauto, py10 and px2. I'm going to add flex, justify center, and items center. So let's create a div here. In this div, let's create an h1 tag, and here we can add our message your cart is empty, and we can add some classes here. Let's say text 4xl and py to 4, and we can also add a button here that will redirect us to shop page. So the shop page URL would be collections/all, and we can add continue shopping here. Okay, let's design this button. So let's make it primary button. That's p3 text white, and I think that's all. Let's save this and check on the front end. So let's open this in private window, and let's add our password here, and then let's go to the cart page. Okay, you can see our button is here. There is something wrong with the classes. Let's fix this. Okay, the error is here actually. I have a typo here. Let's save this and check on the front end now. So we have this continue shopping button. Okay, so let's add min h of 100 bh, and now it looks good. We can add a custom class here. Let's say min h of, let's say 70 vh. Let's save this. So let's do that. Now it looks better. So let's make the button text center by adding flex and justify center and items center. Okay, let's save this. Now looks better. Now let's work on this if condition. So let's start a container here and add some classes. Let's say maxw7xl and mxauto, and then we can use py10 and px2 and give this of min h of, let's say, 70 vh. Okay, let's add a continue shopping button here also. For that we can copy this link and paste that here, and let's add some classes here. Let's say flex and justify, and let's add py4. Let's save this and check on the front end how it looks. Okay, great. Now let's create a form tag here, and the URL would be routes.cart URL, and method would be post. We are using form because we are going to update our cart items. We are going to increase the quantity and remove the product from the cart. So let's start a table here, and in table let's create t head, and in the t head we are going to create a new row, and here let's add our heading title. The first would be the product, and then we will have the quantity field. After that, total price, and then we have, let's say, action button. Okay, so here let's add a loop here for items in art.item. Let's wrap this in t body. Let's say t body and end that here. So in the loop, create a new row, and the first column would be the product title, image, and the variation title. So let's do that. Let's start with an anchor tag, and here we are going to print the product title. So we can get the product title using item.product.title, and we can also get the URL using item.url. Okay, then we can get the product image. We can check if item.image, if the product has image, we are going to use image tag, and we can use item and use img URL filter with master, and in the alt tag we can use item.product.title. Okay, so if the product don't have an image, so in that case we can add else case, and we are going to display a dummy image here. And now we can check if the product has variation. So we can use if item.variant.title not equal to default title, then we are going to show the variation title here, and we can get that using item.variant.title. Okay, so next we are going to add our quantity field. Let's add new td, and in this we are going to create an input element of type number. The name of this input title would be updates array. So the name is very important. You need to take care of this. It must be updates and type array. Okay, and then the value would be item.quantity. So in the next column we are going to display the price. Okay, so we can create an h4 element, and we can use item.line price, and we can use money format for that. We can also add, let's say, small. We can also get the sale price of this. Let's say item.variant.compare at price, and here we are using money format. In the last column we are going to show a remove cart item button. Let's add an href tag, and in the href we're going to use route.cart change URL, and here we are going to add line which would be equal to our for loop.index, and we are going to pass the quantity attribute, and the quantity would be 0, and the text would be, let's say, remove. Okay, let's save this and check on the front end how it looks. Okay, so we have everything here, and now we are going to style this. So for table, let's add some classes here. Let's say table auto and w full, and we can use divide, let's say y, and divide gray, let's say 300, and we can add py2. For this tr in the t head, let's add a primary bg class here. Let's say this, and for the t head, let me paste the classes here. We can use these classes. And for this product image, let's add let's say W48, so which would be nearly 200 pixel, and we can use object cover and rounded, let's say LG, and let's add some shadow here, shadow LG. Okay, so for this, for the variation title, we can add, let's say text SM and font semi bold, and for our product title, let's say text LG and font semi bold. And then for our quantity field, let's add some classes here. I'm going to add border and border gray, let's say 500 P3, and we can add width of 60, let's say 80 pixel, and yeah, let's add some classes for our price, let's say text LG and font semi bold. And for this variation price, let's add line through and text red 400. So for our remove button, let's add text red 700, text white 82, and rounded SM. Okay, so instead of this text red, let's add BG red 700. Now we can check. So it looks much better now. So let's add some spacing, let's say PY2, and here we can also add PY2. For this TR, we can add some border here, and now we can check. Okay, it's there. We don't have the titles here, so here let's add BG black. Okay, now it looks good. Okay, now let's check if our remove button is working or not. So we click here. So I think it's not working. Let's fix this. So instead of this route, it must be routes. Okay, so let's save this and check now if our remove functionality is working. Okay, you can say now it's working. So now try removing this product. Let's click on this. You can see our remove functionality is also working. Now let's work on cart total, update button, and checkout button. Okay, so here inside the form, let's create a div here, and let's create an H4 tag, and here let's add cart dot. We can also add label here, let's say subtotal, and now we can create our update button. So the type would be, let's say submit, and name should be update, and let's add some classes here. Let's say primary button P3, let's say text white, so and the text would be update. So now we can create our checkout button. So the type would be submit and the name should be checkout, and we can make it secondary button. Let's say secondary button, and the text would be checkout. So let's save this, check on the front end. Okay, we have the information here. So let's refine this information a bit by adding a money filter here. So let's add these two buttons inside a div and remove the additional div, and here we can make it flex and justify, let's say flex, justify end and gap of 10. So we can also add width to it. Let's say we can make it, let's say 200 pixel. So let's add flex class. Now let's save and check if everything is working. Okay, we have here, let's add justify center to make the text center, and we can also add some classes to this price. Let's say text right EY2, text 2XL, and underline. Let's save this. Okay, so we have everything here. Now let's check if our update functionality is working. Let's increase the quantity and click on this update button. So you can see our subtotal, cart items, and everything is updated. Now let's click on this checkout button and check if it is working. So it is not. Let's check. I have a spelling mistakes here in the name. Let's make it checkout, and let's save this and click on this checkout button, and still not working. Let's refresh that again. Now you can see it takes us to the checkout button. So with that, our cart page functionality is completed successfully. This is it for this video. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming Shopify theme development tutorials. This is it for this video. I'll see you in the next video.